Yo guys, Mike for Sim Racing 604, and say hello for the first time to the GTM Furiano 96 V6 from Race Sim Studio. This gorgeous machine is based on the real-world gorgeous machine of the Ferrari 296 GT3. The 296 is a reference to its 2.9-liter V6 twin-turbo engine mounted behind the driver. This is a GT3 compliant car, as you might well imagine, and competes at the highest level of both GT3 racing and endurance motorsport. So a wonderful machine that continues on Race Sim Studios' excellent GTM class, the GTM class being all GT3 cars. We got 6 in the original pack, and they have since released 3 more. So in my typical fashion, I am going to take this Race Sim Studio machine on track for some testing, highlight some of the features of the car, and then I will tell you what I think of it. And then we'll get into some loud and amazingly gorgeous replays of this machine. So let's go ahead and get on track and start that now. All right, so here we are on board the Furiano. And as you can see, I've got nothing happening. I can turn my wheel, but there's no engine noise. All those displays, well, actually, sorry. All those displays are clustered on the right, but with nothing showing. So ignition on. We see that Race Sim Studio logo there. We see our race logic timer come on. Then, of course, we press the starter button. And the engine roars to life. So pretty cool. You can see that that rear view camera has a cool field of view, nice and wide, and yeah, that's very nicely detailed here. And it looks like it's almost like on an iPhone or something. So that's a pretty cool setup there. All right, I am going to turn my camera back on. Hopefully I've done that right. I can't see anything, of course, but hopefully I've done that right. You can see the display at the center of your screen there. I can actually go between. This is race page 2. So first of all, this is race. Actually, let me get out of the pits here. This will make more sense in a second. I'm going to, by the way, go ahead and set my engine map to 0. I will also turn my map down 0. Yeah, there we go. I will turn my throttle map down as well. Okay, so we can see we have the Race 1 display at the center of your screen there. And so a lot of information, tire pressures on the left, tire temperatures on the right. If I press this button on my wheel, which you can map, by the way, using the RSS settings in combination with extended controls. So this moves me to the Race 2 page. And the big thing that's changed is what was the tire temps on the right. Now we have oil pressure, oil temperature, and those kind of things. I don't think you'll probably get a lot out of that in the sim world, but just the same, it is there. Keep going, and we have race page 3. So this shows your brake temperature. Just to recap, race 1 had the tire temperature. Race 3 has the brake temperature. And go to the last one, which is quali. So we have tire pressures on the left and brake temps, which you can see kind of spiking as I hit the brakes. So very cool to have those displays there. Going back to race 1, we can also turn up and down the brightness, which also affects the camera. Actually, sorry, you can't see that. Now, hopefully if I've done it right, you can. You can see the brightness on the camera. So if you're racing at night, that could come into effect. So, there we go. All right, so that should be it. Right now I'm on engine mode, engine map rather, 0, and I am also on the lowest throttle map, I think. So, yeah, just kind of a low output mode right now. Just kind of getting things up to temperature here at Monza, and then we'll really start to cook with this thing. So, as you can probably imagine, I have done some installation laps here to get used to some of those settings. So I know kind of what to expect, and initial impressions, hate to sound like a broken record, but Race Sim Studio just delivers, period. Every car over the past, whatever it is, 7 years has been awesome in its own way. And this 296 Ferrari Furiano, whatever you want to call it, is no exception. This thing is just a beautiful, beautiful machine. I mean, are there better sounding cars in the GTM collection? Sure. But it is, you know, accurate to what the real world 2.9 liter V6 twin turbo mid-mounted engine sounds like. And the drivability of this car is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I've tried it at 2 different circuits now, and there's just this instant sense of connection you get with this Furiano that is hard to rival even in the excellent GTM class in this title. It is really, really great. Yeah, this is really getting close to the top. Like, I'm mindful of what I've said in the past of the Mercer, the Alonso V10 Evo 2. Whoops, horrible corner for me. And you know, more recently the Porsche. And yeah, all 3 of those cars are phenomenal. This one is somewhere in that mix. This is a really, really excellent car. Does it automatically assume the top spot for me? Not quite, but I would have to reevaluate. I need to go back, and redrive all of those cars, get used to them, and probably reprioritize. I think I know my top 5. I just don't currently know the order. Again, Race Sim Studio just seems to deliver time after time, and this one they hit on. This is really, really nice. I don't know if it's the input from the drivers. I don't know if it's just sort of the culmination of the lessons learned over so many years in the modding game for Race Sim Studio, but this one I just click with. It is phenomenal. Really, really a fantastic mod. And yeah, among the best in my collection, to be certain. So, whoops, corner not among the best in my collection, but just to say we're up about a second. So I'm going to introduce a bit more fun into the car, turn it up to mix 1. So we should see the time start to fall. We'll probably end up 1 or 2 seconds ahead at the end of this lap, and there's still more to go after that. But yeah, nice downshift sounds in this car. Again, this to me is not the sound, is not going to win the contest of sounds for the GTM class. There's so many great sounding cars, but yeah, again, it's accurate to what the Ferrari V6 sound is. So yeah, sounds really nice. And by the way, we also have adjustment of the LEDs, and I'll show you that in a second.
Subscribe to Sim Racing 604, my favorite YouTube channel.
See if I can actually get around the corner this time. There we are. So I'll be some 2.5 seconds up on my personal best. So you can probably notice the LEDs most on the wheel. Hopefully you guys can see that, and it's not covered by my camera, but as I turn that up, you see those LEDs getting brighter. So just myriad details and things to discover. And by the way, that race logic timer on the right side of the screen, which I know is obstructed, that is actually not the default. So you can go in and you can edit within the extension folder how you want the car to look. There's various light options, there's various display options, and you can get the car set up to your liking. Personally, I'm a fan of the race logic, so that's the way I want, but if you want something more IMSA-like, you can do that. Alright, off to a quick start here. Down 6 tenths, or up 6 tenths I should say, on my previous best. So that's cool, and again, one more throttle map increase still to come. So we'll try for a clean lap here, and as we exit the final corner, so much for clean lap. As we exit the final corner, we will turn that map up to the highest setting, along with our throttle map, and hopefully find that little bit more speed. Set a personal best. Oh boy, Mike. Sure would be nice if you could hit an apex. In fact, probably no reason for us not to do this now. So that APS, position 6, it doesn't align numerically with what comes up at the top of your screen. But that is fine. Actually, come to think of it, nor does it align with what's in the manual for this car. So interesting there. It's a minor thing, but it'd be great if Race Sim Studio could correct that, just so instead of going 0 to 6, it goes 1 to 7, just for simplicity. But other than that, no real notes on this car. Phenomenal. There's some pretty cool liveries included with this one. I do think, what did I say? I was going to increase the map. Maybe we'll turn down traction control 1 and 2 slightly. Yeah, I do think the 296 GT3 is among the best race cars today. It's a gorgeous machine from any angle, and yeah, the nice livery set that Race Sim Studio included with this car. Sorry, that's a bit much throttle map for me. The nice liveries that Race Sim Studio included with the car complement those looks nicely. They've done a really nice job with it. I've been critical in the past. That's one of the few things that I would criticize Race Sim Studio for historically. Is the especially like a few years ago. I don't think this is the case anymore, but it did feel like the livery selection was getting a bit stale between the Formula Hybrid cars. But it seems like of late they've done a really nice job. This is a bit much car for me at the moment. Apologies for this lap. But even at its worst, the car is phenomenal. Really, really a special car here. And yeah, I was mentioning the drivability earlier. Like, you see how it hopped that curb and just kind of settled itself while bouncing, and yeah, it's just brilliant. And even though that was a rough lap for me, it's not like it's going to, you know, snap into some wild spin commonly. Like, I have spun it once, but it's not all that common, so it just drives beautifully, beautifully. Alright, so we're creeping down near the 1:50 mark. We'll see if we can hit that on this lap. Sixth gear for the first time. Better exit coming out of that corner. Need to make up a 10th, and it looks like I've almost claimed that time back. Just gotta keep consistent for the rest of the lap. There we are. That was better. Oh. Early on the brakes there. That actually didn't do too bad. Thought that might have been a bit rough, but we came out alive. Still getting used to some of the subtleties of this car. I think I got used to driving the Mustang, which is the second most recent release in this GTM collection. But yeah, what a time for GT3 cars. I mean, not just these Race Sim Studio cars, but Kem Flumey did a phenomenal job with his own 296, which that one is free, by the way. If you don't have Race Sim Studio money, I recommend you check out Kem Flumey. He's done a wonderful job with this car. And then United Racing Design, their Aston Martin was phenomenal. Really enjoyed driving that last week. There we go, we cracked 1:50. And by the way, you see those tire displays there at the center of your screen? Those have gone to black. That means they are up to temperature. They go blue, or they are blue until things get up to temp. And they go red if they're too much. As you can see, the rear left tire temperature, a bit hot, so you can tune that out. Lots of tuning and setup options with this car, as you might well imagine. And by the way, all these buttons that I've got mapped for display brightness and things like that, if you don't want to do any of that, you don't have to. Race Sim Studio does include their RSS settings app, which I have open on my left screen. and you can go through and set those up if you want. It also links to the Extended Controls app, and it helps you map all of those buttons, but you don't have to. You can just keep it simple. In fact, you don't even have to use the CSP physics. There's a file included in the car. It's in the root directory, if I'm not mistaken, of the car that allows you to select either CSP physics or vanilla AC physics. I think most of us are probably running custom shaders patch at this point. But if you don't want to mess with all the complicated settings of the car, you don't have to. So that's a nice touch. All right, I think I got one more in me. We'll see if we can set a personal best, but quite happy to be in the 149s, frankly, so not too fussed about improving on that. Just enjoying driving this car. What a machine. Turn down that LED brightness a little bit. I got some time. There we are. It's a bit more appropriate for daytime racing. Oh, this is tough. Yeah, came in a little bit hot there. So down 2.5 tenths already. Rough start for me. Might have to go one more lap. I hate when I doom laps from the first corner. Not uncommon for me, believe me, but I hate when I do it. Woo. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Easy. I don't know how I kept that pointing down the track. I was mentioning earlier that I have spun this in the past, so it is possible. But that one I managed to fight and keep under control. But we are down nearly 2 seconds, so we can't end on this, can we? We're going to go one more in this beautiful machine. Take a little bit of extra curb here. Yes. How am I doing for fuel? 2. Guess I'm okay. I'm trying to find the fuel display on that center screen. I'm sure it's there. Why can't I find it? Anyway, maybe it's not there. I don't know. Anyway, all good. No, it's not what I wanted to do. Just wanted to add a little bit of traction control back into the mix to prevent exactly that. Alright, so down 1.5 tenths, so unlikely that I'll get a PB here. Do is try. Believe in what Nelly Furtado taught me. Yeah, I could see myself using this years from now. This is just a wonderful machine. Did manage to claim some time back through that middle sector. So yeah, we should be on for a PB here. I can make this last corner work. I almost didn't. I think I've got it under control now. There we are. Alright, there we are. 149.45 to finish. What a thing. What a thing. Just phenomenal. Really, really great car. Yeah, I don't have a lot of notes, honestly. Excellent work, Race Sim Studio. The car is available now. There's a link in the description. If you're so interested in buying, they will kick a small percentage back to me. But yeah, like I said, Ken Flumy makes a great free version of this car. But I think this is my standard now for the 296 GT3. URD put out one as well. I would put this above that. And yeah, even above the Ken Flumy version. This is a wonderful, wonderful machine and a great addition to the GTM class in Assetto Corsa. So let me know your thoughts on it and enjoy this replay. We'll see you next time.